Hello, hello, hello. It is Monday. So this is going to be the weekly reading, and I apologize, I didn't get it out sooner. So Father's Day was here this week in the United States, and this was my first Father's Day without either one of my fathers, my stepfather or my biological father. And it was really emotional. And also, these energies right now are kind of bringing us to situations, relationships that just no longer serve us. And we're recognizing why they don't serve us. And we're recognizing where we're being kind of led. And that's allowing us to need to step back sometimes, because you need to grieve that loss, or you need to grieve that situation not being what you wanted it to be, or it's never going to be what you think it would be. And that can take a minute to process. So I hope you're all taking time to process and step back in these energies. So this week, yeah, there it is. This week, yes. Oh, awesome. Yeah. I love it. So, nice deep breath. It's going to be a good week. So it's going to be important this week to ground the Earth Star Chakra. Only through being grounded can we make the choices and decisions that are really going to benefit us for like the long term or the long road. When you're making decisions and choices from that very fear-based urgency energy, that's always going to kind of lead you in a direction where you're going to have to rethink it at some point, where I call it going around and having to learn the lesson. And for some of us, we've learned a lot of lessons. We're ready to make the decisions from that grounded place, that we don't need the lessons quite as much anymore, that it is now time to get into connection with our earth, with ourselves, with our divinity within, with our magnificence, with who we are, why we came to this earth plane at this time to have this experience. We're done being left at the altar. We're done being shut out of the job. We're done being shut out of the conversations that we felt we deserved to be a part of. We're done letting ourselves down by putting ourselves in places, in situations with people that just no longer serve us. And for some of us, it is going to be very, very difficult, because those are relationships, those are situations that could be long-standing, could be very entwined in your life, whether it's a family member, whether it is a integral family member, whether it's someone you have children with, whether it's a family member by design. But it is time to come into the wisdom that is you. Look at that. The wisdom you came into this life experience to have is being woken up. Look at all those DNA strands. It's being woken up, because now it is time. You've gotten to a point where the lessons have been shown, and for some of us, over and over. Some of us had to go through those patterns a couple of times, but now it's time for us to get into making the wise decisions for ourselves. That we have the innate wisdom, and it's always that little voice saying, go this way, and because it's the uncomfortable way, because it's the new way, we shut it down. We shut it down, and it's time not to. It's time to start embracing that little voice that's giving us the impetus and the nudges that we need to start having the relationships and experiences that we want, because we're now evolving. We have evolved. We have been through the fire. We are walking out of it, and now we have to go into the new direction, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good. It is going to take us to what is for us, no longer holding us back from not getting the promotion, not getting the love that we're seeking. But we have to make the wise decision to walk away from the things that no longer serve us. We have to make the wise decisions to go in the new direction. Because that's what's going to bring us the fulfillment, the prosperity, the abundance. That's what's going to bring us the positivity that we're seeking. That for some of us, we're aching for it. We are so ready for good. We are so ready to be connected to people who are beneficial to us in all ways. Not just giving in a very certain way or a specific way, but someone who is all-encompassing. And that's what it feels like you're ready for. So, it is a time of transition this week. There is going to be a decision you're going to have to make this week. Even if it's just the decision it's time to make the decision. It might be you finally have gotten to the point where there's no more sticking your head in the sand. There's no more looking in the other direction. That there's something being brought to you right here you have to look at this week. Because you are coming into unity. You are coming into unity with people and choices in yourself in a way that's bringing you the transition that is going to be beneficial. So this unity card isn't just, for some of you, it is meeting someone that's going to be beneficial to you. Maybe for some of you, it is the love that you've been seeking or trying to manifest. But for others, it's about coming into unity with your higher self, your soul. Because it's, look at that, look at the DNA. So we've got we've got DNA and DNA. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah. You are waking up to yourself in a way that is making you grounded and connected in a way to all that is, in a way that you may not have ever really felt before. And it's that divinity, it's that magnificence, it is that stepping into that empowered part of you that is leading you in the direction that's going to help you make those decisions that you need to make, coming from that grounded place that's taking you in the direction that you're ready for. Whew, okay, that came through me. Yeah, we're ready. We're ready. So this week, step back, ground, meditate, take some time for yourself. The only way you can hear the way forward is to get quiet. So whatever that looks like for you this week, set a very, very grounded intention to take the time you need to for yourself this week. Yeah, because Spirit is always giving you the signs and reminders that you need. Look at that. Butterflies, feathers, birds, number sequences. I received a feather myself on Father's Day. And I was like, oh, they're here. They're here. I also went to buy some stuff to take to my father's grave. I was going to leave something, and I did. But all I could hear in my head, in his voice, was, I don't need that shit. And I was like, oh, that's Dad. That's Dad. He doesn't want any more stuff. Because there's lots of us who love him. He was very, very important to all of us in different ways, but just a loving, helpful, beautiful spirit, and everybody loves him, and we all want to show that. And so, yes, there is quite a few things there, and he wanted no more. I was like, all right. So since the 4th has come, I left him a flag. I took a flag. So sometimes we just have to go within and hear the messages that are for us. Signs and reminders. Angels and loved ones in heaven are sending you signs of their presence now. You may be seeing the same number patterns or sequences, finding feathers, seeing the same birds at special times, or even feeling that you're being visited by loved one or angel in dreams or at some point in your day. These are all messages of support. You are on the right path, and you are being guided to know that you do not walk this path alone. You are on the right path, and you're being guided to know that you do not walk this path alone. In times of need, angels are beside you, blessing your heart with love and healing. And your angels and loved ones in heaven will never leave you. Their love will never die. Angels love to send us signs because often we're not in a space where we can fully listen to their guidance. Most of the time because we're too busy or not willing to listen to the messages we hear on the inside, and signs catch our attention. They remind us that our angels and loved ones in spirit are with us and willing to help us. If you have ever found yourself questioning certain events or signs, it's because somewhere within you, you don't feel fully adequate or worthy of the love that is being shown to you. Know that you are worthy. When you receive a sign, there's an important step that you must take in order to usher miracles into your life. Call in help. A sign is a message that help is available, so welcome it with an open heart. Yeah. Yeah, I love it. I love it. They're always giving us signs. I got number sign. I actually got some numerology, some number sequences on my videos, and they were blatant. Like I could not. I think it was okay. So I think it was like 30 views, 30 comments, 3 likes. I mean, it was like three. I could not see it. Because sometimes we struggle. Sometimes we need to know that we're being supported. Sometimes we need to know that what we're doing makes a difference, that it's beneficial. Because we can get overwhelmed, we can get tired, we can get frustrated, we can get depressed, we can get, what's the point, you know? And so sometimes we do need that little bolster, that little courage, that little something that says, you're on the right path, you're doing what you're being guided to do, and it is beneficial. Even if you're not feeling like it's beneficial, someone is benefiting. And you know, for me, it's, you know, even if one person is benefiting, then I feel like what I'm doing is value, has value. All right, I'm just going to add a crystal card here for the week. Ooh, Aqua Aura. Healthy communication in relationships. Heart-to-heart discussions and clear, assertive communication help you understand and be understood. This is important. When you're communicating with people who you may have to communicate something difficult or hard, or you feel like you don't want to have that conversation, but it's kind of time, if you can drop down into your heart and have that conversation from the place of love, it's going to be so much easier, and it's going to be able to be received so much better. Because if you're coming from that headspace, if you're coming from the urgency and fear of, oh my gosh, I've got to say this thing, that's what they're feeling. They're feeling the energy of that. And that's when the conversation doesn't go well, or they don't hear what you're trying to say, even though what you're saying is, you know, has an undercurrent of needing to be said, is beneficial, is going to be helpful, or just as setting that boundary you need to set. It can't be received if it's coming from the fear. So before you step into a conversation you know that you're a little uncomfortable having, you know, get grounded, do a little meditation, and take the time you need before you have that conversation. You might even want to run by, you know, someone who loves you authentically and has your back. Nobody who has an agenda. Be discerning about who you talk to, but maybe run the conversation by them. And should I say it this way, or how does it feel when I say this? And they can help you with the word choices, because sometimes how you say things and the word choices make all the difference. Again, so that the person that you're talking to can receive it in a way that's beneficial for all parties. All right. So healthy communication this week, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. All right. It's always good advice. That's always a good one. Because we get in our head and we get into fear, and for some of us, it's hard to speak our piece. It's hard to say what we need, because we've been the people pleasers forever, and we don't know how to ask in a healthy way for what we need, because we never did it. We always just stood back and just allowed things to happen. And now it's about setting those healthy boundaries with people. Ooh. Yeah. Beyond the ordinary. Look at that. And I love how the star is right there in the heart chakra. And the all that connection right there where the pineal gland is. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. So, getting quiet. Meditating, grounding, turning off your phone, stepping away from the computer, getting outside, even taking a nap, 20 minutes of just closing your eyes. Maybe you don't even sleep, but you have no stimulation, and you just don't attached to the thoughts, you just allow the thoughts to keep going, because they have a message for you. They have a nudge, an inspiration, a way in which that is for you. Look at all that gold energy swooping in to heal and cleanse and because a lot of you are going to be brought to decisions and choices this week that you're going to need the signs, you're going to need the feeling of the connection to your higher self, to your guardian angel, to whoever you believe in, because the choices and decisions that you're going to be brought to are going to be uncomfortable. But they are the way for you this week, because the stuck, stagnant energy is behind you. It's time to move forward. And so getting into connection with beyond, into your divinity, your magnificence, your higher self, your nudges, that's going to help you make the choices and decisions you need to make. Because for some of you, you're going to be asked to take on that bigger role in the company. Be asked to go out on that first date with someone that really has you excited in a not scary way, but you can feel it's going to be big. And sometimes when we feel something's going to be big, whether it's a relationship or a job or whatever you're being brought to, it's easier to just stay where you are because it feels more safe and stable and comfortable. But for some of us this week, there's going to be no staying there, because the universe is going to dump you out of it. It's going to be, okay, it's time. And so really getting in connection with recognizing the signs and symbols, recognizing how you are speaking to people, recognizing what those nudges are, really important this week as you're being brought to stepping into what is for you in a way that maybe you've never stepped into it before, because you've always held yourself back because you didn't feel good enough. And now the universe is like, there's no stepping back. There's no steps to being quiet. Nope. Nope. Big energies this week, and please find an astrologer if you don't have one. But I know that, Mercury's in retrograde, so there's being a lot of things being brought up so that you can release it and recognize it and let it go. And then, there's some other bigger energies out there that are forcing your hand in a way that can feel very uncomfortable. But if you can see the signs and you can feel the nudges for the way forward, you don't feel like you're blindly stumbling through these changes. You're actually being guided. You're being led because you truly are supported. Look at all that support. We are never alone. We are never alone. Look at that. Because this week it's the Ten of Pentacles energy. So for many of you, the money is showing up. The way to the money is showing up. For some of you, it might be the idea has finally solidified. For some of you, it might be the unexpected opportunity showing up. But either way, it is going to take you needing to take the leap, to take the step forward in a way that you probably haven't been asked to in a long time. So, it's all good. It's all coming. It's all coming. All right, guys, that's what I have for you this week. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I'm sending you so much love, so many blessings, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.